When you see the changes like we saw, the collapse of the Arctic Ocean and traveling on that sea ice that broke up, and this was the tipping point. The Arctic Ocean broke up, all this ice went down into the area that we were traveling in. And to experience that firsthand, it does change your life, changes your perspective. And I think it has a tendency of making people more committed. Our goal is we had several goals. One, we wanted to bring our audience to the front lines of global warming. We did that mainly through the websites, a little bit through the media. And not only working with our 6 emerging leaders were basically our conduit to that generation. It wasn't just for their sake, but it was the way to reach the younger generation, of course, is through their peer group. And so we wanted to bring the eyewitness account. Our main goal, though, was to really inspire people into action. Other than showing, okay, this is a real disaster here, look at what's happening. The need that we need to really take this on in a real positive way. Look at alternative ways that we can change our lifestyle for the better, and also increase our quality of life. And so we hope through the project and through the ongoing efforts that we're doing is to inspire people to really take action, because unless we really take action in our personal lives and in our own circle of influence, it's a great entertainment, great project, but it doesn't get anywhere. One of the major successes of the team is just incredibly molded together, great friends. Success of an expedition could be in different ways. And I first of all look at a team. Did we set a good example? We want people to cooperate and get along and take this on in a very positive light. And the team did really well on that. We didn't make our ultimate objectives of the ice shelves because we were stopped by this unexpected ice that plugged away. But that was, in a way, I felt very fortunate to have traveled through that and actually saw that ourselves. It wasn't just straight awareness and education. A lot of the work we do is policy. We want to drive our lawmakers, both Republicans and Democrats, into the right direction here and making good decisions, and especially in the policy level. So our work is a lot to do with policy, and that's ongoing. So if you inspire several million people, especially the younger generation, and they're moving forward, and that helps us on our policy work. So it's an investment that you put in, and it keeps growing. It isn't just one expedition, but it's an ongoing effort to move policy through general education and inspiration of people. Yeah, we came back, first day we were in New York City, believe it or not, and we met Al Gore that the second evening that we were there, and I asked him, I'd worked with Al in the 80s on the climate change issues before, and asked him about the ice, and he was very familiar with that. He said that was the breakup of the Arctic Ocean, and he did give us the top ice scientists that we called up, and they confirmed, and they were actually curious to get our sort of boots on the ground analysis of what we saw, because they observed this through satellite photos, but no one had ever been on the ground there to observe that. I think I'm sure that we were the first ones to travel through it.
Will's going to the Arctic and showing what's actually happening now, I think makes the message much clearer. We can talk about the science and about the theory, but you need to see what is really happening, and that is what he shows so wonderfully. And also, he is successful in getting young people and educators, and that's what we have to do so that the next generation realizes what is at stake. And I think the combination of the science and the explorer part is what is very effective.
The younger generation gets so serious that when they're my age, the world is going to be totally different. Unfortunately, the start of the great sea level rise is already starting. I think we've already reached that tipping point where we still have some control in the next 10 years if we take it serious. If we can level off our carbon emissions, that'll be a major victory for the human race. But even if we do that, when carbon dioxide gets into the atmosphere, the majority of that stays for 100 years. So we're going to see some major changes. But it's not that we don't have solutions. We have a lot of solutions. The whole issue here is to get the younger generation has really got to take ownership of this and speak out about it, organize.